introducing nutrition to children, you have to take into critical means whatever food you are going to feed to that child. So in Ghana, we promote that right from 0 day, that is when the child is born, breast milk becomes the first food you need to introduce. And when you do that as a mother, you are starting right. The children get to 6 months, they now have to move to complementary foods. That is where the issue comes in. So in starting right 0 day, at 6 months, the iron level is coming down in breast milk. And you have to look for food options that are right for your child to ensure that your child do not become malnourished. And eating smart, with the upsurge of the coronavirus, we all saw that people were promoting immune boosting foods. And unfortunately, children cannot take the vaccine. So what we parents can do is to introduce them to smart foods, that is foods that boost their immune system, ensure they are getting access to balanced foods and they are healthy. So whatever food you introduce to your child from 6 months that promotes cognitive development, physical development, as well as boost their immune system, you are introducing them to smart foods. Wow,
that's great. Now, Vera, what were you doing before you step or ventured into the production of children's food?
Okay, very interesting question. First of all, I do a lot of advocacy for nutrition, but I am not a nutritionist. I have a psychology background from the University of Ghana, of course, first-class student. And I also worked at the Ministry of Finance. I've worked with private companies, logistics companies. I've worked with human resource companies as well, whereby I was playing key roles.
You said so you stopped all these works?
Yes, I stopped all those works when I became a mother.
Oh, okay. There's money in children's food.
No, it's the passion, I would say that. Okay. Because when I became a mother, I was looking for food options that are locally made that I can feed to my child. But it was interesting to know that I rather had options from imported foods. So I decided to read around and research which food ingredients I can combine, which are locally made or grown here in our country, that I can add value to give to my child. As a result of that, I started posting recipes I did for my child from these local food ingredients, and I had a lot of following. People were interested. They said this is something new. For instance, adding beetroot juice to our white cocoa to make sure the child is getting access to iron-rich food and does not become anemic. So people said, wow, this is something new. So I decided that why don't I add value to these recipes and make it readily available for mothers to also use at the comfort.
So you started with the recipes?
Yes, please.
Posting on social media platforms?
Yes.
So you have a book now, or just still posting on social media?
Yes, I have been able to compile these recipes into a recipe book I have titled Start Right.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's where you got the name from.
Yes, please. And also, I engage in community advocacy programs, like for mothers who cannot really afford what I sell, but want to still get the knowledge on how they can prepare nutritious food recipes at the comfort of their homes for their children.
Wow. So when did you stop working at the Ministry of Finance and where you used to be, and then you started doing this business?
Okay, so I will say that I started doing this business 7 years ago, but it wasn't a business. It was free advocacy program. It only became a business about some 3 years ago and more active now. At first, I was just sharing my knowledge, and I enjoy the passion of trying to see that I've discovered something new and people are interested in it. But now it's a full-time business, and it's something I love doing, so I do it with ease as well.
Wow. So give me a typical day of a mother whose baby is about six months old, and I want to move into a baby food that I can on my own do to make sure the child gets a balanced diet.
Yes, so a typical day, it's very interesting to know that these typical days might differ. That is from a career woman and a stay-at-home mom, but it's all difficult because as a mother, you have a lot on your mind. That is first, ensuring what is my family eating. Sometimes children are 6 months, so their foods must be prepared differently from the whole family. So a mother wakes up on a typical day, she'll be thinking, what is my baby eating today at all? She might have bought foods, but she doesn't know, oh, this baby even is rejecting these foods. How am I going to add value to it? How am I going to even change the color because I've been given one color and the baby is tired.
Like cocoa
fitasa, and the child is just tired. And you are also worried whether my child is getting the right nutrient. So a mother will go to the kitchen looking at what to combine to ensure that the child will get a balanced food. And you know, children of today, and the olden days, when our mothers were pregnant, they were not forced to take folic acid. But now you are pregnant, you have to take folic acid. So that means children of our time, right from pregnancy, they are totally different from the olden days. So mothers are also concerned whatever food they have to give to their child. And that is when, if you're a mother and you are not getting the opportunity to add value, you only end up giving junk foods. And your child can become malnourished. Malnutrition too includes undernutrition and overnutrition. So obesity is a form of malnutrition. So as a mother, typical day, you have to look at what balanced food. How can I combine proteins, vitamins, fats, healthy fats, carbohydrates on a plate for my child?
So if I have my condo,
yes,
and I have some fish, it could be salmon, yes. I don't know, or what we say, amane, you know, yes, herrings. What can I have a granite? What can I do to make sure that that child is given what he or she needs?
Okay, so first of all, you have to look at your family history, because there are some families they are allergic to granite or peanut. So you have to check. If your husband or yourself is allergic, you have to hold on in giving the granite. But fish, some families too are allergic to fish. So some are vegans. So you have to look at the background. So if you want to combine fish to porridge to a child who is 6 months, of course you have to remove all the pin bones from the fish. You have to dry it and process it into powder. After getting the powder, you prepare your corn dough neatly and add your fish powder and stir in and give. There is no need to add sugar, because children, whatever you introduce, they get used to. Their taste buds are built per what you introduce. There's no need to add sugar because the breast milk is neutral. So you can give it like that and most children will take it because you've not introduced them to sugar.
All right, so in Start Right, what are some of the things you have the content of Start Right?
Yes, so in Start Right, let me say we engage a lot with women. We empower them that yes, you are a woman, you can also introduce balanced food to your child. Our main mission is to cut down the menace of malnutrition. And women are playing a key role in introducing foods to their family. So when we empower them, the whole family is empowered. So this is the first thing we have as Start Right. Then as time went on, we are bringing in smart foods. They are locally available foods we have added value to in the form of powders that you can prepare like porridge, banku, apapransa, smoothies for your child at the comfort of your home. So we are a local brand. We also do advocacy to add as well. So we are open to everybody. So these are some of the things we have.
Now, you spoke about COVID-19.
Yes.
COVID-19, how did that boosted your business? How did that boost your business?
Okay, so during the Corona era, because we were, everybody, the health practitioners were worldwide were promoting immune boosters. We also started coming up with recipes that mothers can give to their children, which are immune boosting. So we started promoting the use of more fruits and vegetables. As a result of that, we started incorporating some of these fruits and vegetables into the cereal powder. Then we came up with smart foods. So now we don't only just eat because we are starting right, but we are eating because we want the foods to be smartly chosen. So if a mother goes to the shelf and see my food, I encourage that mother, look at the ingredient I have put on the package. Look at the nutritional facts, which are Ghana standard tested, before you convince yourself that I want to give it to my child. So these are some of the things we are doing to also ensure that children are getting the right nutrition, looking at the era we are finding ourselves in.
Wow. Vera, in starting this business, you know, startups are difficult to come up.
Very.
Did you go to the bank to borrow money?
In starting this business, what was positive for me is that I said, because I started it as advocacy, so I had people who were convinced that this is somebody we have grown with. She was showing us for free how to do recipes. Now she wants to do foods which are certified by FDA, because in Chi we say that so we will patronize. So people do refer us that, oh, buy from her, I know her, look at some of the recipes she's coming from. So I've not borrowed any money. But I believe strongly for this knowledge to be able to grow, for it to become a formidable company that can even employ a lot of people, we need a lot of support and funding. The government is doing the One District, One Factory, which is a very excellent initiative. One of the things he can look at is individuals who also want to go into the baby food production, because children form a very formidable part of every population. Their nutrition is key. So if the government also channels a lot of finances there, one, the economy will grow. Secondly, a lot of local individuals will be encouraged to start something in baby food, because in Ghana we have a lot of international companies and multinationals who are into the baby food system. But we, the local people, can come up with also bright ideas and add value to the agro products here to grow the economy. So for now, I have not taken finance, but that makes it difficult for me to also grow my business without any form of finance.
So in terms of people have engaged in this field, your business, how many people have engaged?
Currently, when you come on social media, we have WhatsApp pages, over 20 WhatsApp pages of women. Each page is about 200 individuals. So when you calculate a lot, we are on Instagram as well, over 9,000 following. We are on Facebook. Facebook, not only Ghanaians following, but we have Nigerians, South Africans, Kenyans following to look at the recipes. As a result of that, some international organizations also follow us, and they are just enthused about the fact that women are being empowered in Ghana here to come up with nutritious recipes just to cut down on malnutrition. Because it is quite unfortunate that we are blessed with agro products, rich resources, but most people don't know how to add value to them to make it more nutritious, even for children, let alone the whole family.
So have you done any exports of what you've been doing?
Not yet. I've not done export because I believe
Why don't you want to do that?
I would love to do that because it would be great to see our local products also competing on the international market. I would love to do that, but it's a startup. We need to start. We need to get the muscles to be able to compete on the international market. But once in a while, because we have following on social media, we have people outside Ghana showing interest on how they can get it. But we have not done any major export yet.
But you've mailed some to them?
Yes, we mail through FedEx and those things to them so they can try. So
in Ghana, how people in Tamale, perhaps who are watching,
yes,
do you have people who contact you via social media?
Yes.
And you send it to them there, or you just based in Accra?
Yeah, oh, we have people in the regions because we are many women who show interest in it and we get it across. So we have some women as well who have dedicated themselves to help to also market for us. So if maybe a customer is in Tamale and she wants to sell to get a margin, we send over to her and people can also get access to it to buy.
Wow. Now, in my introduction, I talked about the food import bill, over $7 million. What do you think ought to be done, maybe from your end, as a country, that we need to do to be able to reduce this import bill? And perhaps not you alone, but what should be done to encourage other women out there to also come on board to reduce this import bill?
A very good question. So as I said, there must be a lot of information, a lot of assistance. I know that Ghana Enterprise Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Agency, led by Dr. Efua Sabia, are trying to empower women to do business. So for instance, if the youth, especially young women, they have a lot of ideas and initiative. I have friends who are also into the manufacture and their ideas are marvelous. So if we have agencies that are put in place, one to assist, so that even if you want to register those products at the Food and Drugs Board, it becomes so easier. You get funding. It will encourage a lot of the youth to go into it because the government is promoting planting for food and jobs, one district, one factory, and even agriculture. But we need to add value to the things we grow here. We can't always be exporting them for the international countries or countries outside to add value and bring it back to us to buy. So one of the things is that the youth should be encouraged to go into agro-processing. Agro-processing can be very capital intensive. But when you start from somewhere and I know, oh, I'm getting access to the right information, how I can register my products at FDA to get to the shelves, is just encouraging. Or how I can even access grants, funding to help me to elevate. And if some incentives can be put in place, like maybe the young people doing agro-processing, there must be some tax incentives for us. It will encourage a lot of the youth to go into it. And I think the baby food would just then become a very competitive avenue for people to venture into.
Give me an example of some of the things you've done. You've added value. You're talking about adding value to our produce.
Yes.
Give me a typical example of something.
Yes. So with eSmart Food, can you imagine we are adding value now to the local rice? Because people are government is promoting, let's eat local rice. People say, what is, we eat the imported ones. And if the statistics of imported rice is something that is mind-blowing, it's the highest imported rice, but the government brought the local rice. So we are adding value by adding vegetables like carrot. We add value to orange flesh sweet potatoes, which Kofi Annan Foundation started an initiative to grow it in Ghana. And it's unfortunate that he didn't live to really spread it, but we are adding value now to orange flesh soup because it's very high in vitamin A and it cuts down on iron deficiency. If you go to other countries like Tanzania, Kenya, Nigeria, they are adding value to it, and we are bringing it here to be fair to babies. And God being so good, Food and Drugs Board has approved it for us, which we are praying to be on the shelves. We are adding value to yellow corn because it is high in beta carotene. Yellow corn is good for children. It helps in eyesight, it helps in brain development, and it's high in vitamins. We are adding value to that. We are adding value to brown rice. If you come to Ghana, people grow brown rice. People don't eat it because we don't introduce it.
Perfume rice.
We want, because that is what we are used to right from 6 months. And the tongue, when it gets used to something, is different to reorient it. So right from 6 months, we are pushing this thing to the children. So when they grow, they will even love agriculture. They will love the products they find here. And they will also promote it for it to become bigger.
Do you have some of your products on in some of the international supermarkets in Accra? Or just local ones?
It's just we have some start right foods at China Mall.
Okay.
Yes, we are looking at other malls to accept eSmart Foods, which is a bigger one. We are looking at it because we know it's not going to be easy because people are used to particular brands. How a local individual like me who doesn't have a lot of funding, how am I going to get these foods on the shelves for people to love it? So one thing we are doing is that, first of all, to make our packages attractive. And our packages too are eco-friendly. It's paper packaging. So after using it, can easily decompose and help the environment in the long run. And also with the plus is the recipes we create for free. So once you get my products, you get recipes to try at the comfort of your home.
Wow. I'm enjoying your conversation. Tell us where you started schooling.
Okay, so let me say I started from Gospel International School. And I went to St. Rose's and at
Akwatia.
Yes, they were a very good school.
I stayed there before. I stayed in
yes, so I'm a product of St. Rose's. Then I came to University of Ghana, whereby I studied psychology, political science, and sociology. So dealing with humans, when it comes to my product, has helped. I've also done a lot of international courses in nutrition with GAIN, FAO, AWEC, free trainings that I had per what I'm doing, and it has really helped me. I had the opportunity in 2019 to even advocate at African Green Revolution Forum, which is a program that the government brought into Ghana. It's an international program whereby people all over the world, people pushing for nutrition mates, and I was chosen as a young woman from Ghana to really speak on behalf of nutrition policies, and after that it was something good. The country came to the limelight. So the exposure, that is the practical knowledge and educational knowledge from my background, has been a plus for me.
Wow. So in the next 5 years, where do you want to see Smart Food?
Very good question. In the next 5 years, eSmart Food should be on the international market, strongly competing. eSmart Food should be a ready-to-make food, because our foods now you have to cook. but we want to go to ready to make. Like,
have we started research into that?
Yes, we have, but it's capital intensive. Okay. A smart food should be on very handy packages, like smaller that you can tear at the comfort of your home. A smart food should be on every shelf in Ghana. Also competing. It should be something Ghana should pride itself in as, oh, a baby food that came in our era and is still growing up there. It should go many years for generations to come, and should create employment opportunities for people that I don't even know, but will be benefiting from the organization.
Switching from, we talk about passion. Yes. Do you regret sometimes leaving a place like Ministry of Finance?
Yes.
And going into this business?
Yes, because it's not easy. The entrepreneur journey, it's hard. Without passion, you cannot continue.
What makes it hard?
Because one, when I started, you know, even getting my products registered, I have to go there many times. I'm a mother. I have 3 children. I sometimes wake up at 2 a.m. to plan what I have to do for the day. I have to keep my customers interested in what I do, because for now, I am competing with international organizations who are up there. You know, so sometimes I think and I ask myself, can I grow this brand to the level that I am seeing? So without the passion, I cannot get there. So sometimes I feel like, oh, I should stop this because it's so stressful. Very, very stressful. People buy your products, even in your country, because people have this notion the foreign products are better. How am I convincing people to go for mine? So sometimes you have to do a lot of explanation. You have to do a lot of investment to make yours look like it. And at the end of the day, if you don't take care, your products are high priced because you have to import packaging in the country.
Wow, I think the conversation I just started, this is just the beginning. We have to find another time to talk to Eat Smart Foods. This is how we draw the curtain today on SME narrative. God willing, we'll come away tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to look at stop the airtime loot. I'm going to bring my friend Sami Dowuna into the studio. My name is Edward Nyako. My guest has been Vera Osebonsu, CEO of Eat Smart Foods. And start right. Shalom.